Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to the next episode of MuscleModelCars.com. This is AJ, and I guess we're going to continue with where we left off. I had showed you the 007 James Bond movie car in the movie Diamonds Are Forever, and where we're at is I've haven't put up the pictures yet, but I'm going to do it once I'm done with this video. It's going to show you the pretty much the progress of the painting in the paint shop that we take these cars to. So, but in the meantime, how about I just show you what I did, okay? Let's go with we're going to start and work our way to the top, okay? This here is the undercarriage right here of the vehicle, okay? We really elected to do, I only did one side, that's the orange. This is the side that'll be seen, okay? So we kind of do that, and any little details that's got to be done will be taken care of. But for the most part, this is unnecessary. You won't see it, okay? It won't be seen. And all up in here, any little edges that didn't get painted, I can do touch up on that, okay? Next we got the interior part, the passenger compartment. As you see, this is painted, but as you can also see, I'm gonna try to get down a little bit on the angle, where you got some of the inside of the where the door handles would be and everything. This is going to be detailed, okay, with chrome paint. This little inside over here in the interior is going to be like a winter green, a wood grain, I'm sorry, look here. And then we're going to, on this part here where the gas pedal is and the brake pedal, all of that is going to be distinguished more. This is the carpet. The carpet in the vehicle is black, okay? This here, you can't really tell, but this is taped. And also over here is taped also as well, where the wood grain is going to be. As you can see the outline of it, but you can't see that it was taped. And then there's tape up here, of course. Wherever I have the tape, that's where the wood grain would be. And again, wherever you see steel orange or whatever, the way it came is going to be detailed in there. But for the most part, it looks good. The outside, you really won't see this, but I did it anyway to kind of give it a complete look. Okay, so we got that. Next, we got the instrument panel, the dashboard here. As you can see, I have tape in here covering up the instruments that would be here, because these are going to have decals in it, okay? And then as you can see, some of the indentations of some of this stuff in here, it's going to be detailed more. This is the glove compartment area. It's going to be detailed. Got some vents in here, down here, that's going to be done. But for the most part, it is black. The top of the dash, that'll be seen through the windshield. Okay, we got that done. You got the part of the firewall that's going to be inside the engine compartment. You can see some of this where you see these embossments here. We're going to detail that, try to get it as realistic as possible with a chrome or aluminum type of look up in here. And as you can see, the other side of it, of course, it's no need, you won't see it. So save paint where you can, because some of it can get expensive. But for the most part, we're pretty good with that. This here, of course, you got the axle, the differential here. We painted that. This here we'll decide if we want to make it a different color or not, which would be silver or aluminum look on this side. And as you can see, this side I left orange because it's not going to be shown. It's going to be attached to the bottom of the body of the frame of the car here. So you really won't see it. I'm going to try to give you kind of like a look of it. So as you can see, it really, once it all put together, you won't see it, so there's no need to waste extra paint for no reason at all, because it's going to look pretty much like that. Okay, so you got that. And then you got I told you about the window for the rear window, the lever blinds or whatever. Can't pronounce that word too good, but this would go on the back of the vehicle, and the window, of course, goes in the back of the here, and it's going to look well. While I got it here, this here fits down over your window like that. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get it where it'll stay. I don't know if it will, but kind of give you a general look of it. And as you can see, the body of the car, I painted it red. It's a pretty nice paint job, I would say, in the body shop. This may not, I may leave it on there, but James Bond's Mach 1 in the movie Diamonds Are Forever didn't have it. But I do like this look, so if I was the James Bond, I probably would have wanted this look on it, because it just looks much cooler to me. Okay, then we have, this is the hood, of course, of the vehicle. Okay, and if you look at it, I didn't do the underside of this yet because it's not really necessary. I may decide to do this part black because it can be seen if somebody lifts the entire vehicle up. But, you know, it's up to you. This here hood, trying to get it into its proper position. As you can see, it's a nice look on the car. It's a nice shiny look. It's been a couple of days for the paint job. All of this front grille part is going to be detailed as well, and true to form, but for the most part, it's a nice paint job on it. And then what we have also is the, as you can see, where the scoops here on the top part, that has been taped, and if you remove the tape, it's going to be orange. Okay, but these are going to actually be black once we get everything. I let everything dry thoroughly. Okay, because that's how it is on the Mach 1. The intake going into the engine, it's a tunnel coming up underneath the hood there, and the airflow flows in through there for your air. Okay, next we got, let's see, we're going to go start underneath the vehicle. You got your aluminum type pipes. These is their exhaust pipes. You got two of them, of course, right here. And you don't need to do both sides. Save some paint if necessary. Some parts you will see. Not. I tend to go ahead and use my paint to touch it up and finish it all around, rather than using the paint in the paint shop to do this, because it just looks nicer from any angle. You don't want any of the unfinished portions to show like this here. Okay. We got your wheels, your hubs, your rims. Okay, as you can see, some of them are painted. You can see it, and finish this up as well. But the majority part of it is this part here that'll be seen. So that's why I didn't really care about this. The tires will be covering this portion. So save paint when you can. Saves you money in the long run. Okay. And these are wider. Okay. And then these rims here. Okay, as you can see, same ones, but the wide ones, but 70s are going all around. So it still doesn't really matter which ones. Usually I would put the wider rims on the back and the smaller ones on the front of the vehicle. Okay. Then of course you got from the inside of the vehicle engine compartment, you have what looks to be the what is the I'm showing you the unfinished side, but this is the finished side. It goes in the body. This would be where the radiators and everything portion of it will fit, but you want that look that it's realistic as possible, not something like that unfinished. Okay, so we took care of that. Okay, and then if we wanted to make it more chrome, we could stand out. You can make the outer parts black, and this will stand out more. But I just went on ahead and did the whole thing because we just wanted to finish it up. Okay, and then you got, of course, underneath the vehicle, you got the you know, like the arms and the tie rod sections and everything, what is going to go up underneath the front of the vehicle, and the cross member type of bar right here, the stabilizing arms and all of that. All of this stuff goes up front. We just put that as a aluminum look to make it look metal, kind of metal look to it. Of course, you got the engine parts. These will be your exhaust or your headers that's going to be going. These are just regular exhausts that would fit to the regular. This is your exhaust manifold. Okay, if you decided to go that route on each side of the engine. But for something with the 429 Cobra jet that was relevant with these faster Mark 1's V8s, you had the headers here, as you can see. These would be installed on them to give it that sound, and you knew it was coming. And so these headers here, of course, unfinished on this side, but I'm going to finish these as well. This one will eventually look like this. As you can see, I did both so you could kind of see the difference. You don't have to, but if you want a nice look, clean look, you want to do both sides. Okay? Then you have the transmission section part. This won't be seen. Okay, the orange, just keep in mind when I'm showing you this, the orange part won't be seen. These two go together like this. Okay, it's going to go together like that, and then this is going to fit over the engine portion. Okay, and to make the you won't see any of this orange portion, but this would be indicative of the transmission. Okay, then you got the pulleys and belts and things of that nature, and water pump. I'm going to show you all of that. Put that here. You got the water pump look here. As you can see, this will be on the front of the engine, but this part won't be seen. This will be against the engine block. You got the pulley. Eventually, you'll be attaching this to the front of the engine with an alternator on there, okay? And then you got also the water heater, the water pulley, the water, and all of these are the belts and everything right up in here. And same thing with that first one I showed you right here. These will be belts. I'll show you the finished product, the engine when it's done, okay? And then let's see, we have, of course, you got to have the, it's hard to see, but this will be your, I'm going to finish this more, but as you look at it, you can see this would be your distributor cap. Some of y'all don't know what that is, but back in the day, cars used to have distributor caps, okay? You got the horn, okay? This will be in the engine compartment, two of them. I got two of these. That'll be on the inside. If you look at the instructions I showed you, this is a horn. Okay, we're making all these parts silver or aluminum look because try to keep it as close as possible. It could be made black or whatever, but you want to keep it as realistic as possible. Okay, so we got all of that. Try not to lose these parts because they will get lost. Of course, you got the control arm and everything here. All wherever you see orange will be finished, but I wanted to give you a general idea that you can mass produce these paints, paint jobs, where you're not trying to paint every little thing at little by little, and it looks neat. As you can see, this is a license plate, but one side you will see like this, you won't. This will be up against the body of the car, the rear end and the front end. Okay, that's the finished side. This is the unfinished side. You don't need it painted. Okay, you got the front and the back. Okay, next you have your steering wheel. Okay, we'll eventually do this more in detail, but for the most part, we got it looking pretty much as realistic and close to the color you would have found it on the actual vehicle. Okay, and then you got you got two of these. These would be your seat belts. Seat belts would be on the back. They didn't have the shoulder harness on these back in the 70s. You only had regular seat belts. The automatic ones that came out in the 80s where you close your door and it automatically came up and locked you in some vehicles. But these back then, this is as close as you got to a seat belt. Okay. Of course, you got the firewall, okay, in part side of the engine compartment. Okay, one side you won't see. It's going to be glued to the housing of the interior of the vehicle. The front of it, like right, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to go something like, you see that, you see that, and when you put it together, it's going to look like that. Okay. And then you got your rear spoiler. If you choose to put it on there again, I didn't do the bottom part of it because I haven't decided if I'm gonna put it on or not. I gotta review the movie and see. I can't recall. I don't think it was on there, but if so, no big deal. I have paint that I can just do this bottom section. This is the part that's going to be seen, so I wanted to make it nice, shiny, and finished. A nice finished look. Okay. Okay. Then you got. If I was going with the stock version of this vehicle, this would have been harness for the seat that would have went in as a stock car racing. This would have been over the shoulder and strapped the guy in, but I got the seat for it as well. But it's not going to be installed. But this is the seat belt that if it was the stock version, that the driver would have had to put over his body and lock himself in. Okay. Then we got, let's see, what else we got? All right, we got the engine block. If you notice, I'm gonna make it look like it is on the box, the top of the box itself. Being trying to see if I can get to it. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. So you see right there, the engine looks like that. And we're going to try to make it look as close as possible to that with the air filter cover and the the water pump and all of that stuff. It's going to look like that, and the headers, and then the all the other intricate necessities that makes it work like it does. So with that color, closest thing I got was this guy here for the block. So it's close enough for me. So you got 2 halves of it. Again, 2 halves make a whole. Okay, so it's gonna kind of fit together like that, and then as we piece it together, you'll see the finished look. But it's gonna eventually look like that, and that transmission section part that I showed you will go over this and fit. Okay, and then you're gonna have the head. Valve covers and the engine block covers for the valves and your cams and everything, your cam and all of that, your rocker arms and all of that. So that would be something. And these are the covers also that would go over it, the valve covers, as you can see, made those blue as well. Okay. And then you got a bunch of options for your intake manifold. Okay, when doing this build, depending upon what you choose, you got the regular manifold with a dual full barrel carburetor look. You got the regular intake manifold right here. Then you got the more of a stock look. If we had to cut the top part out of here, out of the hood right here, okay, I have some chrome pieces, pipes that are chrome that goes into there, and you'd see it coming out the bottom part. So this little square in here would be gone, and you'd be able to see this here with the chrome showing, protruding through the top of here for a nice, cool look, racing look. Okay, for show and for go. So that's that. And then, actually, this is that hood, the air filter that I was telling you about. Made it. So basically, don't worry about underneath, you wouldn't see it. But basically, what I'm trying to tell you is, depending upon the options you choose, for this video, I decided to just do it all, just in case you do get this particular unit and you want to do something different. Okay. And then, of course, you do have the body again, nice, clean. Okay, Very nicely done, if I must say so.
Unknown caller.
And then what you have is the grill and everything looking ready to be. Forgive me for the interruption right there, but right here would be. You can see the horse, the Mustang right there. We're going to detail that. And so all of that can be done, but very clean, nice, pretty red. Um, Looks almost like it came orange, but this is actually a deep red Rogue, and it's very stylish. Race look. Okay. Then you have the um, bumper, the rear of the vehicle right here. There's going to be a lot of chrome going on to this, the lighting and everything. As we get busy with it, you're going to see it. This is going to be underneath the vehicle at the bottom, so you're going to be able to see all of that. All of this is attached together. It's kind of hard to get it into one, but I made sure that everything was color coordinated properly. And then I know in the movie, I do believe this under here may have been black, and so therefore, if that's the case, I'm going to detail this right here. As you can see, there's a line under here that might be black, all the way underneath on the bottom portion here. And then it's going to be detailed with a silver line going all the way above it, all the way to the back like in the movie. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then we got also the engine block here that we went with in red. Okay, so if we decided to do that way, we could go with the red look and then build onto that and have a chrome oil pan right there. So that's another option you have. Okay, but I did that in red instead of the blue. And then we got the seats, of course, bucket seats for the Mach 1. You'll see some of the indications in there. Right up in here is going to be black and black detailed to make it look like it did in the 70 version of the Mach 1 and the car that was in the movie. I looked at the seats when I looked at it, and it was really a nice look. So I can't wait to do that. And this is the front of the vehicle underneath, and as you can see, red. But and this part up under here is probably going to be black. Okay, like the spoiler on the rear, and then going along the side of the vehicle where it's black. So that's what all I wanted to show you. And from this point, that being said, we're going to see if we can't get it going, get it working, and I'll see you next time on musclemotorcars.com. You can visit the website, see the history of it, of the James Bond movie, Diamonds Are Forever. And you'll see more stuff that I might upload that's pertaining to the Mustang Mach 1 or versions of it that some people tend to try to put off as a Mach 1. But if you know anything about the Mustang or whatever, they've got many different types. So, and it went through like 4 different changes in a 2-year period, I do believe. So, you know, it started off with, like in the 69, and it had the shaker, and it had the, then it went to more of the hood scoops like this Mach 1 here. Then it went down in the late 70s, like 74, I think, is when they went to because of the gas shortage back when they were trying to conserve the gas, and we had the gas lines. I was in the military at that time, but they dropped. They just, in my opinion, they kind of really messed up the design. They didn't mess it up. It's just a design that was economical and pertinent to for the times that we had found ourselves in. So uh, they really chopped down the body, whereas in the early years of that Mustang, when speed was king, they actually added with that 429 cubic inch, with that 429 horsepower and all of that stuff. They actually added weight to the car, like 850 pounds. But all the details of all that stuff is on the website. If you visit, you'll see some of the history. Or with the internet, you can look at it all and probably find out more. But I kind of condensed it all so you can kind of get a quick, I call it a reader's type of digestible version of the history of the Mach 1. So I hope to see you soon on musclemodelcars.com. And the next time you see me, hopefully this will be done. And I will show you the completed version of the build we have for the Mach 1 with the movie car that James Bond 007 did when he did the movie Diamonds Are Forever. Okay? And with that, thank you for tuning in. And you have a great day.